Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching tonight. Please read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Share it, like it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today. And yes, right. And yes, right. The drama, the political crisis in Rivers State is not over. I hope you know that. So in Kenya, Gen Z are taking it up with the establishment. Is on its third day. And yes, so today, thank you so much for joining me again from wherever you are watching. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining. Okay, thank you so much. It is Maiyegun Live. So we are just going to pick it up from where we set off yesterday, and that will be from Rivers State. We have seen the Fubara's efforts of consolidating his own hold as the governor of Rivers. He's managed to gather enough supporters that he went on after the end of the tenure of the local government chairman who sworn never to leave. So he inaugurated, he sworn in 23 new caretaker chairman for all of the 23 local government or local council areas, right? But it didn't end there. First, the Wike's guys gathered in order to show that, it's not really over. But the Fubara's guys were also not allowed to access the premises. So here is a report. I think this one covers it. Then we can delve into it. This is AIT report on it.
As the political tension arising from the tenure expiration of the 23 LGA chairman elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party 3 years ago persists, security operatives have taken over the council secretariats in the 23 local government areas of Rivers State amidst agitations from the different factions as to who holds sway at the third-tier government. When AIT crew visited Emoha and Ikure local government areas, this is what the people had to say.
I want the governor to know that he has people. He's been loved. What he has done in the past a year and 3 months now, no governor have done it.
People can swear in committee of friends. He's the governor of the state. So he has powers to give people any form of appointment. The appointment is given. I'm not interested. I do not know about that. But what I know is that as we speak today, Dr. Samuel Wanosike remains the executive chairman of Ikure Local Government Council.
But a visit to Degema Local Government Council in the Kalabari axis of the state saw a totally different scenario. Right now, we are at Degema Local Government area of Rivers State. And so far, this is one of the local governments where the newly sworn-in caretaker committee chairman in the person of Anthony Sobereko just gained access into the council secretariat without any form of resistance. The people chanted songs of victory as the newly sworn-in caretaker committee chairman, Anthony Sobereko, promised to run an all-inclusive government to complement the efforts of Governor Sim Fubara.
This is a government of the people. We are going to carry everybody along. It's not a factional government. If you look at it now, everybody here came here out of organic relationship. We did not induce anybody. To tell you that the people are tired of the former chairman and the former government of Wike, and that is why the new government is trying to make sure that in all our doings, we carry people along, the youths, the elderly, to make sure that Degema moves forward in a peaceful atmosphere.
You will recall that the 23 LGA chairmen, whose tenure has elapsed, gave the elongation of their tenure by the Martin Samehude-led assembly as their reason for not vacating their offices at the expiration of their 3 years tenure. Akaha Nserim, AIT News, Port Harcourt.
24 hours after the shooting incident that sent residents scampering for safety at the Port Harcourt City Local Government Council Secretariat, youth of the council area were back to their newfound duty post. This time, it was not against the outgone chairman, Olwe Ihunda, but to wait for the arrival of the newly sworn-in Caretaker Committee chairman, Inchemati Ezebunwo. They were, however, disappointed when security operatives denied the mayor access to the council, citing directives from Abuja. The newly sworn-in council boss later appealed to the teeming youth across various political parties not to do anything to jeopardize the peace in the area.
For the past 3 days, I was here with you. I saw determined youths who are ready to defend the integrity of the Nigerian Constitution. That does not give room to tenure elongation of anybody. And that is what each and every one of you have stood and protected for the past 3 days. Yes. What I am saying is that for those youths who believe in law and order just as you have maintained, we will do everything within our power to ensure that law and order is observed in this local government.
He also expressed concerns over the unprofessional conduct of some police officers whose actions do not tally with their line of duty.
The police have said they will be neutral and unbiased as it regards issues in this state. We welcome them, even though there is a police officer whose conduct have so betrayed the ethics and the professional conduct of the Nigerian police force. Yes.
He promised to follow the footsteps of Governor Siminalayi Fubara by ensuring that residents of the area were carried along and promised to run an all-inclusive government.
We are raising an era where what is meant for you will get to you. We are not quarreling with anybody.
Yes, so
tell our brothers and our sisters that are not here that our hands are open in unity with them. Where there is no peace, there cannot be development.
yes.
The youth said they will patiently wait for.
So that's the credit for that report goes to the AIT crew that went there. And that's the start or the kickoff of these charts, where I'm going to bring to you the new developments, especially today. But a little bit of part of the instruction that I was given by the police yesterday. You know, a lot of us believe that this is it. Where the weakest structure has been shattered, we know it won't go down without a fight, right? Even though a lot of us didn't believe it's going to happen so soon, but it is happening. But it is not. It's like where the wicket is down, but he's not out. You can still pull the string, which I'm going to get to. So the day one of the Wahala, according to report, 2 policemen were killed that day. That was 3 days ago. 2 policemen were killed. And 1 vigilante as well was also killed. Nobody has taken responsibility for the killed people. But here is the response. Here was the response of the police, which now led to what you are witnessing today, where some local government areas or some local government caretaker chairmen of Fubara were denied access, and others trying to kind of bulldoze their way in. From the police side, reacting to what happened in Rivers yesterday.
Good day, my name is Solomon Wadejobi, the Force Populations Officer of the Nigeria Police Force. On Rivers unrest, IGP condemns killing of officers, security threats, and other investigations, and heightened security in Rivers State. The Inspector General of Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Kayode Adeoluegbeto Kompegdi, NPM condemns in the strongest terms the recent outbreak of violence and subsequent breakdown of law and order at various local government council secretariats in Rivers State, where supporters of two political factions clashed over the tenure of local government council chairmen, which unfortunately led to the tragic death of a police officer, Inspector David Ngbada, and Samuel Mwigwe, a vigilante member at Eberi Omuma in Omuma local government area of Rivers State. In response to these heinous acts, the Inspector General of Police has directed the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, CP Olatunji Disu, to heighten security measures across the state and institute thorough investigations into the killing of the police officer and the vigilante operative, as well as the general violence which erupted in the state. The Inspector General of Police has specifically deployed operatives of the Force Intelligence Response Team (IRT) to assist the Rivers State Command in apprehending the killers of the police officer and the vigilante member. The IGP seriously warns individuals and groups of people who have a penchant for senseless attacks and mindless killings of police officers and other security operatives across the country to desist forthwith, as the fullest force of the law will be meted on them. The CP has also been directed to focus on increased patrols, strategic deployment of officers, and enhanced intelligence operations to prevent further violence and ensure the safety of all residents. The IGP extends heartfelt condolences to the families, friends, and colleagues of the deceased police officer and the vigilante member, noting that their dedication and sacrifice in the line of duty will not be taken for granted. The Inspector General of Police of the Federal Republic of Nigeria calls on all residents and political stakeholders in the state to exercise restraint and seek peaceful means of resolving differences. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Good day, my name is Salome Wade-Jobi, the First Corp Relations Officer of the Nigeria Police Force. On Rivers.
So that was the message of Egbetokun. And on that instruction, it is believed that the police in Rivers State, they were able to just form a sort of roadblocks because they were the weakest people. They might be down, but they are not out. In fact, they are more or less like the wounded snake is more dangerous, you say. So this morning, they mobilized themselves, not to take over the council according to him, or better still, I will let you listen. This is a long watch, okay? And these are the weakest people expressing their next line of action, so to say. So let's watch that, please.
Ever happen again under our watch? Yes, so it has happened, and that should be the last time it should happen. But with all that they have done, they will answer to the law. We are not going to rest on our oars until they are brought to justice.
Yes, sir.
Chairman,
sir. I hear that Nyesom Wike has lost his grip on the political, whatever you may call it, in Rivers State, but right now he's trying to find his feet. And you are a Nyesom Wike man and has always promoted Nyesom Wike. What do you say about the fact that people say that Nyesom Wike is no longer in charge of Rivers State?
No right-thinking politician in Rivers State that can say that. Nobody can say that. Wike's followership is organic and true. We don't get by using government money to buy people to support. No. people who love you so we can love you so we can from the depth of the heart.
Yes.
It's organic.
Say something.
All the people you are seeing gathered here, nobody gave them a dime to be here.
Yes, sir.
They're just waiting for instructions. If we want to be violent, nobody can be more violent than we are.
Yes, sir.
But we are people that have respect for the rule of law.
I've heard from you, sir. Yesterday, the Commissioner of Police said he was taking over the local government of 20 local government. He said he was never going to allow anything like violence to happen. Sir, are you aware that the Commissioner of Police has taken over the 23 local government? You are a local government chairman. What is happening in your local government? Has the Commissioner of Police taken over your own local government?
Definitely, you know, where if you picture back there, we are backing the entrance to the local government secretariat. Yes, they are there, and we are happy for the action they have taken to protect lives and properties, of course, which is their constitutional responsibility. Like I said, we are law-abiding people. We cannot go and start swooping into the place. We'll allow them. And you are aware that the matter is still in court. So what is this worry about? A certain confusion all over. Is it what governance is all about?
Yeah,
we say no. It's just a display of desperation.
Yes, sir.
What are you desperate about?
Sir. Hey.
Audience.
Sir. You are not in the council. You are away from the council. They are not in the council. They are away from the council. Can I ask you, sir?
Go ahead.
Why is it that between you and those that were appointed, why is nobody in the council?
No, definitely for us. It's an instruction and order from the security agencies. Like I told you earlier, we are law-abiding people. For whatever is what, we'll obey the instruction. Like I said, if you look at the investment we made in the secretariat, we are not the ones that will ignite any issue that will lead to the destruction. Their mindset is just to go and destroy whatever that is in place. We know. They did it when they had access to the place. They vandalized everywhere, broke into offices, and looted the place. And these are the people you say have the interest of the people at heart. The answer is no.
No.
They're just common criminals.
Criminals.
Common criminals. Supported by the state governor.
Lastly, sir, their aim was to protect the council from every looting or any looting.
Who?
Those people. Their plan was to protect the council from every looting. Sir, did you have any plan to loot the council?
How can we loot the council that we're in charge of? That will do
The property we built.
the beauty of that council is what we established. They are the ones who come in there. They are the ones who broke into the place and looted the place. That's what we are saying.
Order.
Please, the quietness by the Vatican has given you
Wait.
Hey, audience!
Our chairman is here. Audience.
How do you intend? The law does not allow any vacuum. How do you intend to operate?
The matter, like I told you, is already on appeal. The matter is on appeal. And the justices of the court of appeal maintain status quo, keep everything the way it is, until we take a decision. And it is somebody that swore to uphold the laws of the land through his sort of office, and is the one that is breaking it.
Sir,
we
are a lawyer.
We play politics with a lot of things. We don't look at the nitty-gritty of the matter. You don't join politics with the reality on ground. Nobody should, they resort to propaganda and blackmail, which they are good at.
Okay, so what would be your charge for the youth of Obia?
I've told them here that they should remain calm. We are not abiding people. Obia whole youth are progressive hard work. We are. We remain law abiding. But what we will not take again is anybody coming to provoke us beyond this level that they have gone. If they try it, we are ready to resist at all. Somebody will die just once. Otherwise,
Sir, you are a lawyer.
Why did I ask that question?
Are you signed for anything?
Don't ask again.
Tell the people to come down.
What I call you? Sir,
You are a lawyer. Please. Wait now. Hold on, please. As a lawyer, please explain to Rivers and Nigerians what is the meaning of status quo so that they will know, please.
Well, you know, they're giving it several definitions as in what it is. It's a matter that emanated from the state high court. And the court is saying, pending when we go into full determination of the issues there, maintain your status quo. And what is the status quo? As it is, from when it started before those people went to court, is that the House of Assembly under the leadership of Wike and Maiyegun remains. And that is what it is.
Okay, sir.
So what's the basis of the desperation? Yesterday you formed the head of local government administration should take over the administration of the local government, which of course is illegal. It's against the provision of the constitution that the governor swore to uphold. And now yesterday you are now going to appoint a caretaker committee, which is against the provision of the constitution. So who is setting the tension in Rivers State?
Sorry.
Okay. Who is setting the state on fire, if not the governor himself?
Okay, so finally, what is your next move after all this?
No, the issue is that, like I said, we are not abiding people. The matter is before the Court of Appeal. We are patiently waiting for the decision to come out from there. We also have the matter in Supreme Court, instituted by the federal government of Nigeria against the 36 state governors. That one is here ready for judgment. Until they take a definite position to say this is what it is, we now know the next step to follow.
Finally, sir, what is the advice to their followers and people of Fubara?
They should not we are waiting for the decisions of the courts. The moment the decision is taken, whatever decision they take, we abide by it. Because we are not abiding it.
Okay, sir, thank you. So you want to be the solution to this political impasse in Rivers State?
Respect for the rule of law. Yes, sir. Let the governor respect the rule of law.
River people, una be special breed though. These are just the criminals among you. This is not how River people act, Abi. Because let me explain to you, to those of you who probably don't understand what is really going on. Okay? The 3-year term of the local government chairman ended on the 17th of June. But before that, because of the disagreement between them, Fubara, okay, was waiting for that time and he would discard them. So by law, they say there is no provision for caretaker committee or caretaker chairman in local government, but more than 85% of the states in Nigeria, talking about more than 30 states in Nigeria, violate this particular law. But because they have political disagreement among themselves, the State House of Assembly now took it upon itself to extend the tenure of the local government chairman, which doesn't make any sense. And the reason is because election was not conducted, local government elections. So they are now saying that if Fubara want them to go, he must conduct elections. So they will be part of that. Okay, and if they lose, fine. And then Fubara was like, okay, the State House of Assembly now said we have extended their tenure. How do you do that? It's like the National Assembly saying they have extended the tenure of Thiefnubu, or State Assembly saying we have extended the tenure of the governor. At the same time, would there be no election to the position of president, and the people will kind of not act? So I understand, but it is because of the illegality that the lawlessness that the contraption represents. So in this whole confusion, right, they are all now asking the court to explain it. That since the State House of Assembly, those people who have lost their seats, they are also waiting for court to say, no, they've not lost their seats. All right? Even though they have repeatedly been told, you've lost your seats. 2 courts have told them now. But they still see themselves as lawmakers, loyal to Wike. And therefore, they now use that power to extend the tenure of the local government chairman. And the governor was like, no, not under my watch. You don't have that power. So they now went to court to go and say, court should say who has the power to extend the tenure of local government. Is it the governor or the House of Assembly? Practically both. It is the governor that will actually write them. They won't extend their tenure. They're just going to present a caretaker committee. And some of the local government chairmen, some of them will be retained. And those who are out of favor will be removed. That's how they normally do it until they organize another charade election. But because the trailer don't pass their midst, they are all using whatever tool they can. But Fubara has the upper hand. He has the upper hand. And he's using it. And that is why it is going to result of violence at the end of the day. That's the end goal. State of emergency and all that. So the policemen that took over today, they did because according to them, it is to prevent the breakdown of law and order. Something we don't break down, Tete. So that is the guys representing the Wike's guys in one of the local government areas. But from the report I have received, they said out of the 23 local government areas, probably just about 4 or 5 are now still being occupied by the police. Police is present in all the local government areas, right? But they did not block the gate or lock the gates in all of them. So which means it's just a matter of days. And then everybody would have to kind of accept the reality. While they wait on the courts, they strongly still believe Wike and his supporters and his structures cannot be uprooted, not by Fubara. And by popular demand, somebody said I should have this song. But before then, here is with Wike, why? He may be down, but it's not out.
I don't like ingrates. I can't stand it. What is happening now is what if that fixed very well in what Odili said in his book. Give a man power, money is when you know the person. If you have not given a man power, money, don't say you know the person. He may be a friend, he may be a son, he may be a sister, he may be a mother, he may be a father. If he does not have money and power, you won't know him. It's only when you have given him money and power that you know truly who this man or this woman is. What is it? Look, I'm the FCT minister. What do I want? Politicians will tell you, sign this. What we are saying is that put the political family that brought you to be together.
That's what you mean by no, don't touch my structure.
Yes. This is something you didn't even contribute to it. People to the structure helped you. And you just start within 100 days in office, you showed it clearly. I don't like Ingrid.
Do you understand that now? The structure that brought Fubara to power, the Wike's criminal structure, those are the people you see in the video. They feed off the crumb from the boss, Wike. And it is meant to last for ages. They need the government money. They need the public money to fund this structure by giving them this appointment, that appointment, rigging elections in order to keep them in that place. And they can continue to funnel the state money into private pockets to maintain this structure. So Fubara that is destroying this structure is building his own structure. So see the Wike structure.
The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see.
And from Rivers State, right, I want us to go to Kenya. Yeah, the Sorosoke Kenya. I don't know what the local language is that they use in doing the mobilization. How many of you will still, well, none of you will forget anyway. But how many of you remember how the End SARS protest kicked off in Nigeria? The mobilization for it. And then how the establishment was so surprised that the End SARS protest had no link or connection to any political organization of people. None of the established, none of the establishment, had a clue who were those in charge of End SARS. Well, End SARS was about police brutality. Unfortunately, the murderous Nigerian government mobilized their military for like a war, like a war combatant mode. And they killed over 500 young Nigerians in an execution style that lasted for 20 days in the month of October 2020. I don't know if some of you remember this detail vividly. That's what happened at End SARS. There are still tens, if not hundreds, of those they abducted and locked up since October, November, December 2020 because of that End SARS protest across Nigeria. No, not across Nigeria. In southern part of Nigeria. The northern part of Nigeria completely sort of stay aloof and off it. Kenya, like Nigeria, has the highest population of young people. They say 65% of the Kenya population comprises of young people who are between 30, who are from 35 and below. So when government make policies, right, it affects them just like you have it in Nigeria. Kenya is also a multi-ethnic, tribal, multi-religious society too, country, where people speak different languages as well. Kenya, like other African countries, they were European creation, fusing tribes, ethnic together, in order to keep the divide and rule policy or so permanent. And those who inherited these colonial creations, they've maintained their same status quo. Let the powerful oppress the powerless. So, but in Kenya, like you had it in 2020 in Nigeria, young people, they've had enough. This time around, they are not protesting against the brutality of their police force or so. They were protesting against the ganged up, it's like a ganged up arrangement between the World Bank, the World Economic Forum, World Bank, IMF, and all those lenders that are mortgaging the future of African youth through the weak criminals in charge of these countries, greedy, selfish criminals that will promise their people good life, better lives, and then they will offer them poison, poverty, and on. So, William Samuel Ruto is their president as well. He is part of the establishment though, but he was able to present himself or post himself as somebody who was against the establishment for the people. And the young people, they followed him like you did in 2015 when they were campaigning, when the rogues in Nigeria regrouped to save Nigeria. In the APC. So Ruto had to go and join another party to realize his dream of lifting the Kenyans out of poverty and projecting a better future for Kenyans. Lies. Within a year, Kenya and Kenyans, they have seen their own shege too. But not like Nigerians these days, because listen, when you talk about economy, nobody is spared. It doesn't matter the language you speak. Doesn't matter where you come from. If you are within a geographical space that those policies exist, everything about you will be threatened, like you are facing it in Nigeria. So nobody needed to be told that if you don't do something now, that is your future, that they are plunging into a perpetuity of generational poverty. This is the most they could do. They mobilize themselves through the social media. A decentralized sort of a campaign. And in Kenya right now, you know what they are saying? Like the Sorosoke Wiri in Nigeria then, the Gen Z of Kenya, they have defeated fear. And it seems the establishment is scared. Listen, in the last 3 days, before that, like Nigeria, the authority in Kenya, they were advising parents to keep their children out of the street. They must not allow their children to follow others in protesting against finance bill. Okay, there is a bill. After Ruto visited some of this World Economic Forum, this or that everywhere, he was granted some few peanut loans. So he had to go back. Kenya has to show the World Bank that they are capable, that Kenya is capable of paying back its loan. And the only way these African countries can show to their European slave masters that they can pay the money, the peanut they are giving to them, is to go back to their countries and tax their people. Already poor people, okay? Economically disadvantaged people in their millions, hundreds of millions across Africa due to some of these decades of targeting the Africans anyway, right? Decades. So they will have to go back and tax them more. And because of living crisis that Africans or Nigerians are facing so much right now, right? They are facing it in Kenya too. But nobody's going to try and play a tribal card, ethnic card in the face of hunger, in the face of losing your business, in the face of losing your job, losing your family, which has happened. All of this have happened in Nigeria, and they are still happening. But people will rather rant and lament on social media, unfortunately, because their government will kill them. Now in Kenya, what they are saying is that Gen Z is saving Kenya. Their government have started amending. Okay, so what they did was that for 2024, Ruto now prepared a budget. Okay, like Nigeria, in that budget, Kenya is going to be borrowing a lot of money. So Kenyan government decided that, okay, for us to pay back some of this money, we need to increase the taxes everywhere, whatever we can get. This money has to be gotten from somewhere because our lender, they will be taking so amount, and our income can no longer match the money we are borrowing. So we need to up it. So the Kenyans who are expecting better, easy life with good policies that actually helps them, now they have been bombarded with the World Bank, IMF policies. And they are now wondering, is Ruto still their president they elected? Like, what the hell is going on? So the young people started talking to themselves on TikTok and other social media platforms. No, we are not going to take this. Now we will have to shut it down. And in defiance of the people's anger, the budget office in Kenya, the parliament, they passed the budget as well as the Ruto's request to increase taxes. They passed it. You did what? Pass what? So people started mobilizing. No. In the process, so the government started threatening them. You'll be arrested. You don't tell your children to come out, blah, blah, blah. Then they hit the street 3 days ago. You saw that. They were on the streets yesterday. And as at yesterday, the government of Kenya, the parliament, they said, okay, we are going to amend it. We're going to adjust the... No, you are not adjusting anything. You have to repeal everything. You are not taking a dime from us. You will not do this. Until it is repealed, we won't leave the street. That's the message there. Ruto must go reject finance bill 2024. Those are their hashtags, and they are everywhere. I've got collections of clips from the third day of the protest, though. But take a look at the parliament. See, there is this lawmaker, MP, that's going to talk now, okay? Those of you who are watching me from Nigeria, or if you are from Nigeria, tell me if you can see the similarity. Listen to a lawmaker elected by the same people, though.
And so, it beats all the logics that we can join the public in the gallery and the bloggers and Jay-Z. Where will the president get the money? The money has to be raised. And then there is no need of raising emotions and trying to support the bloggers who are only saying reject the finance bill, and yet they are not saying reject the roads in our constituency. Honorable Speaker, I want to put a point about the treasury boards. As much as we want to defend the locals, we also need money, and no village can stay alone. And so,
you get that? Where do you want this money to come from? The president wants to build road. The president wants to build this. All these villages need money. So where do you think the money will come from? They are not creating jobs per se. They have started taking jobs in Kenya too. And the young people who actually understand this better, they are not taking. I'm not saying that the government will always have its way. I just want this to be something that will remind a lot of you that what the Kenyans are protesting for 3 days now, not one day protest that everybody will come gather. Sing solidarity forever. Ebin power, and everybody will go away. This is the third day. And here is one of them.
We want to categorically state that we are not supported by any politicians. We are not affiliated to any politicians. This is Gen Zs and millennials for Kenya, Kisumu for Kenya. The things that we want, we reject the finance bill in totality. We don't want it to be amended. We want it rejected. And this is a call to action. This is a call to action to all Gen Zs and to all millennials in Kenya that after we are finished with the finance bill, we have to go to some of the systems that got us here. There is lack of accountability in leadership. It is supposed to be servant leadership. They are our servants. They are our representatives. There is nothing honorable about them. They are supposed to represent us. We want to thank you. This is going to be a peaceful protest. We are not affiliated to any politician. We want to.
And guess what? The people called the Gen Zs. The Gen Zs are those of you who are in your mid-20s now, Okay, let me just say, if you are in mid and late 20s, you are Gen Z too. You are already an adult. So those of you that we call the Indomie generation that can no longer afford Indomies in Nigeria, and they make up the huge chunk of the population of Kenya. And so they are all over Africa too. Africa has the highest population of young people in the world. The population that if it gets a proper education, proper and safe country, so to say, opportunities presented to them directly where they were born, they will rule the world in everything for a long time. But now the whole world seems to be ganging up against them in Africa now, all of us. They are not bringing GMO, they are bringing their vaccines, they are bringing this, they are polluting our environment, they are destroying our environment because of their greed of stealing our resources that none of us is going to benefit from anyway. And then the rest of us who couldn't take it anymore. Majority of them are trekking. Some of them are crossing the worst kind of channels, seas all over the world just to escape from what they have turned Africa into. But for those ones who are still there, who can't run away or go anywhere, It's actually a thing of pride to see. And some would say this probably would have been expected in Nigeria. The Gen Z in Nigeria have been destroyed to some extent. Others are so scared. We are waiting to see. Then you have the, what do you call it? What's that new generation called again? There's another one. Those of you who are in your late teens and early 20s. But let's go to Kenya, where those who believe that this law is going to destroy a lot of things, especially their lives, and they're not just going to look it away. So I've got the collection of their clips again from all across Kenya, especially Nairobi CBD, which is the business district, so to say. Please, let's go take a tour of the day 3 of the Kenyans Sorosoke, the Gen Z fighting the establishment their way.
Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, hatiwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na udugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi.
Reject finance bill.
Power to the people. Power to the people.
We shall not be touched.
We shall overcome. Power to the people.
And you, we have not done anything. They have arrested us and we have just complied. We have done nothing. They called us, they told us to open our placard. We have done nothing. We have
Continue rioting.
We are the people.
We are the people. Revolution belongs to us.
Aina mambo, you give me a call. Sawa.
Kendi niko sawa. Just give me a call.
Oh, good. Unaweka sumu. Unatupa sumu tupu sasa.
Tere, hiki kitu kinanuka hivi.
Inawasha hadi huku bana.
Tunaangalia vile tunakoroga dawa.
Ruto must go. Continue. Ruto must go. 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 Ruto must go.
Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Asanteni kwa security. Mapambano, mapambano.
This is what peaceful means today. This is what peaceful means. We are peaceful. We can be peaceful. We are 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 peaceful. Abza kwa barabara ndani. Ashuke.
Asuke. I'll start from the last clip. You see that guy with heart? They said he's actually a son of one of the lawmakers in Kenya. He joined the young people to reject a bill that they considered is inimical or it is detrimental to their future. The rich, criminal, greedy, selfish politicians that you have in Kenya are not different from the ones you have in Nigeria. Ruto has been kind of improved the salaries, the package of the public office holders, including himself. Kenyans have been told that they will need to sacrifice. Things may be a little bit hard now, but they should endure. But they cannot be fooled. There are lawyers who also joined. Yeah, there are legal practitioners in Kenya also joined now. And they are providing they are providing legal support. There are others that are providing medical support for whoever is injured. But they actually had those who were helping to spray, I don't know if it's water or something, a neutralizer sort of in the eyes of the protesters that could be suffering from the, the smoke of the tear gas. So let's go there. These Gen Z who have taken over the Kenyan public space right now, demanding for total rejection of finance bill. Some of them, in fact, 2 or 3 of them, they took the police horses. They brought in the police, they brought in the military. The show was massive there, right? So some of them actually ran away with the horses just for the fun of it, for the Instagram and for the TikTok. Just to let you know that, according to one of them who said, they work for us. We don't work for them. They are responsible to us, not us to them. That's exactly how it's being treated. Let's go back to Kenya again.
No prisoners! 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 No prisoners!
Medical emergency, go to Gambia. Medical emergency, go to Gambia.
Somebody said, that's enough now. Alaye, if you are tired there, go and sleep or go warm a bath. Okay? If I have more, I could watch them all night. I could play them to you Nigerians inside your contraption. Because most of you inside that contraption, the Kenyans, they are what you think you are. Giant of Africa. Humbled slaves. Sophisticated morons. They speak grammar. You know that in other the circumstances of so that's why I could play that video to you all night. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, maybe you should go and warm up. Please. Well, talking about the lawmakers in Nigeria, taking the Nigerians for a ride. I don't know if many of you remember this clip. Again, if you want to get mad at something, I'll give you this. If this doesn't get you mad, you can get the hell out of this place quickly. Because this is the caliber of rogues in charge of that contraption who don't give a shit about you. And they are not afraid of anyone, I think. Because they can get away with all of it. All of it. Do you remember this?
Is it sensitive to be spending 140 million? If I give you 140 million naira cash to take to your senatorial district, won't your people benefit from it?
Let me tell you, Sean. I don't want to go personal now. I don't want to go personal. That same vehicle that you're talking of, before coming to the National Assembly, I have vehicle that I have bigger than that.
But this is Nigerian money.
Yeah, so
Nigeria does not have money at the moment. So 26 point something inflation rate, with over 34% of Nigerians unemployed.
Are we supposed
with
to,
over 134 million Nigerians multidimensionally poor? Is it sensitive that those who are supposed to represent the people go to Abuja and lavish themselves with luxury vehicle? Is that sensitive, Senator?
Are we supposed to do our oversight function trekking or going without vehicles?
Maybe you could have considered a more cheaper vehicles to get the job done. Maybe a car. Maybe a sedan.
If I travel to...
Maybe a 25 million naira worth of sedan vehicle might do the job.
If I travel to my constituency with a car now, by the time I go 3-4 times, you know Nigerian roads.
Is that not an indictment on you, those of you who are in power?
What?
Those of you who are leaders in Nigeria today, is that not an indictment? And we have bad roads in the state, in your local government, in the senatorial district. Is that not an indictment on those of you who are in power?
It's a discussion for another day. You see the level of...
But Nigerians suffer for the inefficiency of those who are in power,
let me tell
Senator?
You, if you look at Nigerian roads all over the Federation, that we have a serious problem because nothing much has been done in the last few years. Most of our roads, they are terribly bad. In fact, the government cannot even have fund enough to work on those roads. We have to go back into a PPP, a private partnership arrangement where people can invest, toll those roads, and get their money in return. After it is done.
We'll find out whether or not what you are doing is illegal or what you're doing as a senator or as lawmakers in the eye of the law is right or wrong, or whether or not it's morally justified. But Section 84 of the Nigerian Constitution empowers RAMFAC to mandate or determine the salaries, allowances of public officials, including members of the National Assembly. And this is what RAMFAC, based on the last published figure of the basic salary of a senator, it says that a senator earns 2-point-something million naira. Therefore, with that, a senator should be entitled to about 8.1 million naira worth of vehicle, which is about 400% of your basic salary. That is what the law under RAMFAC says, Senator. And for your colleagues in the lower chamber, their basic salary as last published was about 1.9 million. And you can draw a car loan to the extent of 7.9 million, but you can't exceed that. That is what the RAMFAC law says. But if you're buying a vehicle of 140 million naira, based on this, it says something is wrong.
I'm not even, don't forget that I didn't tell you that I don't even know the figure as I'm talking to you, because it's not my responsibility.
If you're buying a Land Cruiser, we've done our own research and I've given you a median of what it costs in the market right now. So we heard that the cost that National Assembly is getting is 160 million. But I've taken that figure and put it under the table. I've given you a 140 million. Prado is about 85 to 90 million naira. So let's assume that you're buying it at 140 million, no matter what the case may be. Senator, can you look Nigerians in the eye tonight and say what you are doing is sensible and appeal to the sensibilities of Nigerians who are poor? Some of them who cannot even afford a food on their table tonight. Some of them will go hungry without being able to provide for their families. Some of them who are multidimensionally poor. Dollar to a naira is about 1,250, and we have our lawmakers buying this kind of vehicle. Is that right? Is that justifiable, Senator?
Sure. Is it only Nigerian senators and House of Rep members that are using?
What does it make it right if you're not the only one? I mean, and I'm not making any allegations against you, and I'm just saying that if anybody is caught doing something wrong, I'm not the only one doing it. Other people are doing it.
Can I ask you a question, Theo?
Go ahead, please.
Your MD, is it MD or the head of your this thing? Which type of vehicle is he using?
I use an SUV. That's why I told you
SUV.
It's an SUV. I use a mini SUV based on the status of my role here, and that's why I drew that inference.
Why didn't you buy Nigerian-made vehicle?
I have. My vehicle is produced here in Nigeria.
Which
I use a GAC that was coupled in Lagos.
Well, how much did you buy?
It's a company. It's an official vehicle.
So your company chose to buy you
official vehicle as a private organization, but you are a public officer, Senator, and that's why we are asking you tonight. He who comes with equity must come with cleaner. Senator, Nigerians are suffering. There's poverty in the land. Can you, for a moment, even jettison that idea to show Nigerians that you guys are committed to the plight of the poor people, that you cannot run government as usual? You are a member of the APC, a senior member of the APC. Can Nigerians trust the APC and the leaders of today that they really care about the people of this country?
You know, assembly, we talk of the same thing. Maybe as a local manufacturing plant develop, we may choose to patronize.
The GAC, in collaboration with the Lagos State government, just launched 2,000 vehicles. There is innocent in Anambra State. There's another young man who is producing a vehicle that will be useful. If you say utility vehicle, is another Nigerian, just his name just skip my mind right now. Not NORD, is a Nigerian young man producing vehicle. And this set of people will look at you who are supposed to be leaders of Nigeria. How disappointed do you think they would be in you?
We have not, I've just said that in future, we would do, and surely as Nigerian manufacturing sector develop.
Senator, you know, a lot of Nigerians may not be happy with you.
It's not a recent video. It's been around for a few months now. That was the time when they were debating whether they should buy themselves. They were blatantly breaking the law. So if I come around and tell you Nigeria is a lawless place, I'm not making that up. Some of you may think my choice of words are too blunt, but they are true. They are true. You can't pretend that you are what you are not. You know, it's like you thinking that you are what you are not. That's pretty much like an illusion or delusion. You have the criminals, career criminals who don't give a damn about any law, making laws for you, lawbreakers making laws, career criminals executing law or implementing the laws over you, the ones they will never kind of follow. Their law says they should be bought a car of 8 million naira, and it's a loan that will be deducted from their money. Because some of you, when you are hearing about all this money they pay them, see the GBT, see the lie. You come in and say your salary is how much? 2.5 million naira as a lawmaker. Then you decided to now make other laws to boost their salary. Salary is what they pay you every month. How do you pay somebody 8.5 million every month, 400% of his basic salary? Do you not see how they are robbing you? Furniture allowance, 400%. Car allowance, 400%. Are those not supposed? Do they buy furniture every month? So the arrangement was like they will pay you a lump sum that will buy you car, buy you furniture, fix it up for you. Then from your salary, you will hire your own driver, your own cook. From that, your 2.5 million. But these guys went in there and they changed that by adding more. And all of you, in fact, we talk about their salaries. A lot of people don't even know how they came by their salary. Yeah, that 50 million, 55 million that a senator take home now is like a senator collecting car allowance every month. He was supposed to take 8 million. They've increased it to 18 million for senator, 60 million for House of Rep. He was supposed to take 400% of that same salary, which should be somewhere around there, 6 million or 7 million, right? From that same salary, he was supposed to take that for his furniture. Does your lawmaker buy furniture every month? Did they buy car every month? So they then put the whole package together, they get paid that every month. Every month. 55 million. In case if you don't know, Thiefnubu has increased their salary. An House of Rep member now takes home 47 million naira in total every month. And the senators, those who take home 55 million, those are the basic that they've worked together, plus the 104% increase. Don't think I don't know what I'm saying. Abi, I'm even being kind of, being very fair too. Before now, we knew, before Thiefnubu, an average senator legally will take home between 30 and 35 million. Thiefnubu increased their salary by 104%. What is 100% of 35 million? Is that not another 35 million? It's supposed to be 70. But right now, it is around 55 million. That's the lowest they take home. You see all those ones who are like the senior leadership of the National Assembly. You don't want to know what they take home every month. And those are the people who are discussing if 30,000 naira is okay, or 60,000 naira is okay as minimum wage in Nigeria. And it was yesterday I played you this video where one of them reported Adeola Fayehun to his fellow colleagues. He's from he's from I think he's from Kogi.
One Adeola Fayehun, who alleged on social media and Instagram that I, a member of this house, collect basic salary of 2.5 per month, furniture allowance 7.5 million per month, newspaper allowance 1.2 million per month, wardrobe allowance 621,000 per month, recess allowance 248,000 per month, accommodation allowance 4.9 million per month, utility allowance 828,000 per month, personal assistant allowance 621,000 per month, and so on. And very interesting for you to know that this Adeola Fayehun does not reside in Nigeria, he's in UK. And this is the same person, December time, when one of our colleagues, maybe by mistake, said trailers of rice were given to members of National Assembly. This same lady was spreading it everywhere that you should ask your representatives, where is your trailers of rice? So if this house does not take a stand on this and take a if the house cannot take it as a case against her, I, Elder Leke Joseph Abejide, will take it up with her. Because in my own constituency, this is what is now spreading around, that I take this amount channels at a time. I put up my salary to the whole world for them to see. What is it that we are hiding? We are not hiding anything in this holy hallowed chamber. I want to bet you with you, there are some members that cannot survive more than 5 days with their salaries. Even before the end of the month comes, the request from your constituent has already taken over everything. And somebody who does not reside in Nigeria will be instigating the general public against us. And then we will be quiet. This is the privilege that has been breached against me. And I believe by extension to all members of this house. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
I want Gwiri to in charge Nigeria here. And if you want to understand why Nigeria is not working, please look no further. You can see, come on to MaiyegunsDiary, Politico, and see the type of clowns, criminals, shameless clowns too, right? Running the contraption. So yesterday, it was an embarrassing day, and they have been doing shalaye since yesterday. We all saw the video, okay, where the woman next to Thiefnubu was covering her nose. See, I don't know again. No, I'm saying this to all of you to please pay attention. I'm not saying that Thiefnubu they shit for body. We all know that Thiefnubu wears a pampers, the elderly people's pampers, to control his or I don't know, maybe they shit for body. But most of the time, if you have seen Thiefnubu in most gatherings outside Nigeria, even in Nigeria too, pay attention to some people who are closer to him, except the regular ones. So if you see anyone that is coming close to Thiefnubu for the first time, somehow, you go just see somebody with a cover nose. Like that. So we saw the embarrassment, but they said it wasn't what it looked like. Now, let me tell you what they said. The Shalaye, they told us that Ramaphosa did not snub Thiefnubu. In fact, they said Ramaphosa was greeting people when the South African national anthem was on. So the MC had to call him and say, Mr. President, you need to stand and, honor the national anthem. Something like that. So it was around that time that Ramaphosa stopped and pretended to kind of lie. Yeah? That's part of the shalayo, but no be waiting me and see be that. Everybody, they avoid Kolu. Nigeria don't enter canal. Okay, the world knows that Kolu was never elected president in Nigeria. No. And somehow, the energy, when Kolu walks into a room, most of the time, the energy is like off. But the people around them who believes that they could use propaganda to continue to kind of present him and make him feel good, that way. They have been doing shalaye. Let it go, please. Let it go. No, Ramaphosa said he is so happy. He is very happy to see Kolu. Bro, please, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Stop dragging. Sorry, you say, we cannot take this lie anymore. Let it go. Let it go. But they will never let it go. I don't know what they do, then go drag Ramaphosa come out. Sorry, sir. Nigeria has got a drag our blockers online. Can you come and visit Thiefnubu in the hotel so that we can take pictures? We can greet him properly. Abba. And Ramaphosa, the failing president of South Africa, the man that helped further ruin what could have been the legacy of Mandela, to the point that those who jailed Mandela for 25 years, the failure of Ramaphosa in South Africa, has now led to the people who jailed Mandela to form a government of national unity with Mandela's party. No thanks to Ramaphosa. But however, he's still being careful around the Kolu. As once they take the picture now, they will go tell Nigeria and say, South Africa don't sign deal with Kolu to be producing plane. Yeah. So he is a failure in South Africa too. Yeah. And a lot of South Africans, I believe, actually went on to go and vote the DA. How could the blacks vote for the political party that jailed Mandela? How? Because the descendant of Mandela's political party, they have destroyed South Africa enough that the apartheid could actually come back democratically now. So yeah, they go drag Ramaphosa. Please, you need to come. We are planning to go back to Abuja tomorrow evening. Can you please? He's not been able to sleep. He rejected food because we told him that Nigerians have been all over him. He's a disgrace. But listen, jokes apart, right? Nigeria has lost its place in Africa a long time ago. It's just like this, this useless Madubo. There are people who rather just tolerate. Are you with me? Mind you, even Thiefnubu is a joke in South Africa. South Africans were making joke of him. Okay? They were like, oh, I saw one of them. They said, oh, look at him so happy visiting a country with toilets. Stop it. Okay? Do you get the joke? Because Nigeria and India, they are dragging number 1, number 2 on the world ranking for the country with the highest open defecation. People with the shit for public, people with the pee for public. India and Nigeria, they drag them. So they can't see Thiefnubu, they are using his images. They say, see how happy he looked visiting a country with toilets. Now you can actually really use it. He can use a toilet before you go back to his. As for Ramaphosa, he is meeting the uncle that nobody likes, but everyone is trying to tolerate in the room. Nigeria will usually be in the front because everybody wants to kind of curry the favor of Nigeria somehow, as bad as it was. So no joke. These days, you can't believe that they hide Nigeria somewhere. So Thiefnubu was hidden behind. And they say it's because it's at the back row. Shut up your mouth. What do you know? Nigeria is gone. It's gone for good. But you still have to see some who are going to massage your ego. Not for anything, but just for She Ingo chop if we do that. Yeah, he said he's not going to eat. In fact, right now he said he's not going to leave South Africa until he shakes your hand, and then we, please, can you do that? Just 10 minutes, sir. Please, 10 minutes, sir. Sorry, but is he okay? I say, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's just not happy. It's okay. I'll come around then quick, okay? Get him ready. And that was how the Ramaphosa showed up at Thiefnubu's hotel this morning, I think. Or last night, I think. It doesn't matter what I think, right? They dragged the guy out to come and make Kolu feel better. Then Kolu started this Bulaba Bala Blue at the last 1 minute of this video. Watch it.
Only few. Yes. How many? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. It's okay. Okay.
Your brother. Your Excellency, President.
And congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
It's an honor.
Please.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Just 1 minute, please.
It's a big challenge. Thank you very much for being there. And I'm very much at home. Here to congratulate my brother for putting together a very, very impressive outing, particularly forming a government of national unity to stabilize the polity. And that is coming at a very challenging time for the rest of us in Africa to really come up with collaborative economics that will help our downtrodden and vulnerable people. That's all about it. That's what we have been discussing. Very much at all. Thank you very much.
Nuisance, Lele.
I call you with that. People are saying they do poo-poo. Where they told him, sir, good news, good news. Hey, what? Is Ramaphosa coming? Yes, Ramaphosa. How do you know, sir? I told you I'm not going back to Abuja if I don't see Ramaphosa. And that's Ramaphosa there. He too had to say a few things too. I know if you are watching me from other parts of Africa, why does Nigerians always talk bad about their people like they mad, Abi? That worship with Abi. So if you don't understand the fact that that drug dealer may currently be parading himself as a depressive idiot of that contraption, okay? But is nobody's a president other than those who probably feels like, yeah, but there's nothing you can do. There's a lot you can do. Get rid of the imbecile. A disgrace. And we all know the drift too. You see, when you have something that is illegitimate, you cannot use emotion to kind of make it legitimate. It doesn't work that way, does it? Make him feel better. Ramaphosa, add some few jara, and that's where it ends. Listen to that one too. The same way cause Omo. My cousin visited South Africa in 2011. And to him, few places he visited, Joburg, and a few other places like that, Pretoria, I don't know. Like he visited a few places, but you know what he came back with most? That was in 2011, before I left Nigeria, 12 years ago. It was like, it is true that there is actually 24 hours electricity in some part of Africa. I was like, okay, tell me about it. It was like, light, no, they go at all for South Africa. See, South Africa, with the South Africa, they tell us, say, South Africa beautiful than London. I was like, okay. But it's very expensive. I said, I understand that one. So that was the memory I had about South. I do know a lot about South Africa, okay? I know about the poverty. I know about the suburb. I know a lot too. But even as poor as the suburbs are, they still get power. They get electricity. Until Ramaphosa became their president. And South Africa, they shared electricity. Shared it. And people were like, existing. I'm talking about some major towns, even cities, or major cities, going on for days without electricity. Like, what? To the point that some people were actually saying it in South Africa. That it'd be like, say, make apartheid come back and say, oh, look at this generation who seems to they found it easy, they say. You don't want apartheid back. Say, but these guys are ruined. They've never, they've not made the lives of the black South Africans even better. Other than just to, and that has made a lot of them xenophobic against other African countries. Like, what do you hear about South Africa that all of you are coming here? You are coming to take our jobs. You are coming to corrupt our girls. You are coming to sell drugs. Sort of. All of this against the foreigners. Because those who succeeded Mandela have been milking the system so corrupt that one of them actually got jailed. Zuma, I love that guy too. I actually did love Zuma because I was following them then, right? And this Ramaphosa came from nowhere and turned South Africa partly to shithole. No joke. That is Thiefnubu said, "Pow." Listen to him. Ramaphosa.
It's been a real pleasure to meet President Tinubu, and I felt very honored to have him at my inauguration yesterday. It was a moment that lifted my spirits and gave a huge encouragement to us as South Africans that the president of an important country like Nigeria, largest country by population on the continent and large economy, could come and be in attendance at my inauguration. It's a great honor and a really great privilege. And I feel at home as well to have this moment, to have a discussion with President Tinubu on a whole range of issues. And of course, we've set up a government of national unity, and I'm particularly pleased that the African continent has responded very positively to the news that we will continue stabilizing the politics of our country, but more importantly, that through the government of national unity, we're setting a very strong foundation for economic growth and to be able to attract investments. But for me, what matters most is to be able to have very good economic links with Nigeria. The two countries, South Africa and Nigeria, are very important in our continent, and when the two countries work together, which we are, and we do things together, it benefits Africa. It is the two countries that are among the pillars of our continent. And I'm particularly pleased that we support each other internationally at various forums, the UN, in multilateral institutions. Nigeria and South Africa are essentially joined at the hip, and we want to engender good economic and trade relations between our two countries to address the challenges that our two countries face. So it's been a great pleasure and an honor to have you here, Your Excellency. And that's why I felt I should come and pay my respects to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we can go and pack our bags and go back to Nigeria. And I think they left afterward. But you see all the talks in that room? They are just talks. But the criminals in Nigeria, Thiefnubu and his gang, and their media in Nigeria, they've already reported that Thiefnubu and Ramaphosa, they have signed a bilateral deal for South Africa and Nigeria to work together. And somebody just said that the load shedding, the electricity dropping, and all of that started with Mbeki. Mbeki was the one who survived, succeeded Mandela. Then after Mbeki came the Zuma. I think then after Zuma came Ramaphosa. Like, how do you pronounce it? All of you in South Africa, do you pronounce it without the H, like Ramaphosa or Posa? I don't know. That was that. Okay. So it got worse that people are beginning to fancy the same people that jailed Mandela, because those who succeeded him, they've messed up the country. It could have been more. And some are like, South Africans are lucky that if Nigeria was to be colonized till 1990, like South Africa, maybe some places will still be better off today than what you have across Nigeria, the shithole and all that. But everything still boils down to the type of people that are running your country or ruining your country. I have this clip of Kenneth Okonkwo that was cut out of his long interview, windpipe interview, where he condemned the Labour Party executives, including Abure. Then this part was cropped out where he said he would be glad to go back. He will consider, not that. You know what? Listen to him. I don't know if you have seen it.
You not see me there. I don't rule out going back to anything because change is constant. My own Labour Party is not impressing me. So what are you talking? Assuming they continue in this trajectory where they cannot even hold acceptable national convention, then you tell me I'll be there.
Nuisance, Lele. Ask Kenneth Okonkwo. He's not saying it's going back, but he's saying why not? Because Labour Party is filled with clowns, corrupt, greedy people, rightly so. But people are kind of saying that person will deal with Bokwari for 8 years. Kenneth Okonkwo was among those who were helping that guy, Femi Oponu Adesina, Garbage Shehu and Co. to call us Wailing Wailer. For 8 years, he called us Wailing Wailer. He was one of those who actually worked against Peter Obi in 2019. He was a spokesperson for APC in 2019. Then he saw the light after that. So a lot of people are kind of feeling like, I told you, there are so many people who actually used your movement just to have their political leverage. Some others failed, but there are those who actually used it for leverage. Have you seen some of these guys who call themselves the obedient in Edo State? And it's so unfortunate that the internet that doesn't really forget anything, right? Majority of them who have been so outspoken against the, against the failed government of Obaseki in Edo State, suddenly they found their way around and they are fighting themselves. We supported Obi. We did not say we are going to support anything. We have our mindset, obedient our mindset. These guys are collecting money from PDP to attack themselves. So it's all messed up, right? So there are those who are still going to use you as long as you continue to believe that everyone who is with you shouting obedient and this or that, New Nigeria is supposed to actually care about any New Nigeria. They will use you as a political mileage and leverages. And then, they will tell you later. And if they fail, possibly they will probably tell you why they fail is because you are not what they thought you would be. I'm just saying all of this so that those of you will be say you are making yourself or setting yourselves up for all these disguising characters. And you are believing that maybe they have changed. They've turned a new leaf. They now believe in what we believe. So therefore they are our friends. It's all messed up. And what I do ask myself is, why do you do this to yourselves? Why do you think you want to save Nigeria? Why? It is because, you believe that Nigeria could be saved. And that is why some of you secretly wanted that to happen. And Obi could be the way towards that. And therefore, you are setting yourselves up for all kinds of manipulation, all kinds of, deceit and all of that. And they are going to take advantage of that again because a lot of you are willing. You are getting ready again. You are getting ready again. And I'm not against it. Keep getting ready. Because maybe one of these days, right? Since you are already people that we know, that you have more than 10 million of you. So maybe this process is what will, once they dash you up once they dash it twice, I don't know if you are probably going to allow them to do it the third time before you kind of explode. So me, I did your back. I'm just saying that it will be very foolish for you to think that you can fix Nigeria. Yes, we can. Leadership is the problem. Maiyegun, let me tell you. There's no grammar that you can speak that I have not heard before. And when I tell you to see the bigger picture, I mean it. Okay? A lot of you are already, you've kind of permanently set yourself up. You are ready. And the only thing that is keeping you between to start shouting, what do you call it? Let us rescue Nigeria. Let us rescue Nigeria. Let us begin again. It's just between now and end of May next year. By June next year, Unago don't start. Yeah, 2 years is just to settle down. The next 2 years is to prepare for another election. Politicians don't prepare for next generation. You know that. They prepare for the next election. And a lot of you are going to help them. You will help them. So I am here just to let you know that it is like, why would you do this to yourself? Why would anybody kind of do this to themselves? It's because I love Nigeria. Are you being serious now? I don't want to make you feel bad though. I'm already feeling bad for you on your behalf. Because you are the people that will help amplify that Nigeria can be saved. Nigeria can be saved. And I will just enter the whole ride again. Nigeria cannot be saved. Majority of those who are shouting with you, they don't give a damn about Nigeria. They're just waiting for any avenue that they can use to access the whole thing. When they have the access, they will dump your asses. But there is a way that a proper system can be institutionalized, and people like this will never take advantage of you. Break up at the shithole and save lives. If you don't, people like this, they will continue to determine the direction of where Nigeria is going to go to, and you're going to continue to feel so angry. We need to do something. We must do something. When you stop obeying them, remember. Anyway, my time is up, so I am going to take calls tonight. Let me get my phone ready. Let me get the line ready. But I'm going to first take a break or a refill, okay? And that's the physical one. So if you are willing to possibly buy me a coffee too, there is a link in the comments. Use it. It's $5 a coffee. Sorry, $5 a cup. And you can buy me any amount you want. 100. It's up to you. So don't go anywhere. I will be back in a minute or two. Depends. Thanks a lot. Anyway, thank you so much for still holding back, right? I have been able to kind of mix it with something for myself. So I have a caller, the first caller on the line tonight. Listen, if you are still here, please like the broadcast if you haven't already. Okay, like it, share it, and even subscribe if you haven't already. So my first caller, ladies and gentlemen, hello.
Sakpa Maleku, my brother.
Wa lekun Sakpa, one true emperor. How you doing?
The one and only. Every other emperor is a counterfeit.
That's right.
Oh,
one true emperor, Baba. Please.
Oh boy, bro. Just look, I told you before that your shows are better than Dave Chappelle. Bro, really? My ribs just you don't crack me up today, bro.
There's so much to be cracked up about anyway, you know. I just put all of the connections together. Go on.
I mean, but let's go straight to the point. Today we have discovered something new in the last 2 days. And do you know what that is, Maiyegun?
What is that?
Is that Rivers people are a special breed of slaves.
Special.
Rivers people, shout out to you guys. You guys are high-grade, high-end, authentic, special, alloyed, well-processed slaves. You people can never make it. And you lori buruku, self-hating Igbos everywhere. You are the worst kind. You are idiots, fighting for one slave master to install another slave master. Have you idiots forgotten who Fubara is? The former accountant general to Wike. Without Fubara, Wike cannot get all those stolen money that is spent. Are you people foolish? Oh no, what a stupid question. Of course you guys are foolish. You guys are high-grade slaves. Special breed of dumb motherfuckers in that region. Asawana, my foot. You guys should throw away that slang. You guys are weak, looking for your tongue, looking for crumbs to eat from another slave master. And you think we should take you seriously? And there are some idiots that will call on this land and say that Nigerians don't have access to information, and say that Nigerians are too weak, that they can't find information, but they have the energy, they have the vigor to go and take over a local government building for another slave master.
That's right.
And an idiot will say this, that Nigeria will work. And won't lori. Before I move on to another topic, should I tell you, all related to what you have said, have you seen a video of that Zion pastor where telling church members to break down the wall of Jericho? Do you not see how church members, they destroy church building? You don't see that video?
Oh, I saw the video. I never watched it. But what I heard was that a church was buying another church.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it look like they are taking it over. Well, that wasn't what happened. I saw the video.
Bro, they see how Nigerians using all their power,
yes,
and their energy to break down,
to help him
to
demolish,
bring down
instead of paying the proper people to come and demolish the place. He called it wall of Jericho. If you can break this wall, this fence, your problem has been broken. So he didn't have to pay anybody to come and do it.
Mm-hmm. But yet, these are the same Nigerians that they will tell they are giants of Africa. Now let us go to Kenya. You see what happened in Kenya. Like you said in your caption, in your description, Kenyans are what Nigerians think who they are. But Nigerians are worthless slaves. But they think they are Kenyans. They think
they are giant of Africa. They lead on.
Exactly. Maiyegun, hold on. That zeal that Kenya showed, Nigerians think they have it. That's the saddest thing. You will see Nigerians in the diaspora, they will tell you, they will make mouth, we are this, we are that. But when it's time for them to show that they are this, they are that, they are going to go and watch Mr. Macaroni video because of Big Bombo. And yet, when Nigeria and Kenya are playing football, that's when Nigerians remember that they are giant of Africa and they will insult other countries because they don't have a good football history. But these are countries that already have nuclear power plants, giving them 24 hours.
these are countries like Angola that have over 600 or so modular refineries, and Angola is not an oil-producing country. You can see that these slaves can never make it. They will never make it.
Angola is the highest oil producer in Africa after Nigeria. Go on anyway. Go on.
You see, Nigeria can never make it. And what is going on in Rivers State? Let me now send a strong message to Edo people. Your election is coming up in September. One true emperor is here waiting for you. I know go address una today. I'm watching your politics. I'm watching your election in September. Let's see how it goes. Then we will have a chat on that. But Maiyegun, please, before I leave, I need you to play that Doings Okukupe's video. You promised that you will play it. And we need to read. Yes, we need that video. Please, you need to play that video so that we can remind people that these people that are supporting, like Doings Okupe and Fubara, that these guys have a hand in the destruction of Nigeria. All I see, Maiyegun, all I see is slaves fighting for their favorite slave masters. It does not matter what political party they belong. No. It doesn't matter what group, what grassroots group. If they are not for the total balkanization of Nigeria, they are an enemy of mine. Later, Maiyegun.
Thank you. That's a one true emperor. Okay, it's not so much of a fire tonight, and he kind of does that intentionally. So if by any means you take the debate, okay, you are likely going to be so angry listening to him. So I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Good evening. My name is Older. That's my nickname, Older, and I'm calling from Leeds. We spoke the other day.
Yeah, I remember. But you didn't call yourself
Older
last time.
Yeah. It's sometimes I forget to tell you that that's my nickname, but I have other names. People can call me.
Stick to the older then. All right. Now, if you call next time, you just have to let me hold on to that, right?
OLDAB. Older.
Older. I remember now.
Older. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I just want to chip in something.
Yes, sir.
Is that there's a lot of stupid people in Nigeria, and when there's a stupid people, there's no amount of even we have learned stupid people, right? So they are so stupid that they are worse than a terrorist. And in fact, it's always good when the terrorists come out to say, I'm a terrorist. And then, but stupid people, you don't know where they stand because they are stupid. Wike is a stupid person, let's say, for example. And people who knows how to use them, like people like Tinubu, then, because Tinubu knows how to use the system. He knows that people in Nigeria are stupid. So let's ride on that. And then from there, so there's no amount of effort or what we can say that can actually help stupid people, right? Because stupid people come out, they start talking, they are the loudest.
Yes.
Right? They're always the loudest in the house.
And loud. Stupid and loud.
Yes. Yes. And then they are like a marauders, like a infestation where you can't, like cockroaches, you can't just get rid of them. They are so as soon as they infest something, they remain there with no amount of, and then it's only the power, the will of the little, the people who are contributing to the system, but they are not getting anything from it, right? These ordinary people who, who, yeah,
working people,
who,
the most almost forgotten. They call them the silent
the
majority. Maybe if the silent majority
yeah.
decided to rise in one of these states, they can overwhelm the foolish minority.
Yeah, so and then these stupid ones, we have we have professor among them, right? We have, but the thing is that the fear
does not actually like spare them from this tomfoolery, right?
The thing is that when your education is, no matter no amount of education, it will erode at some point when you dwell and you listen to foolish people, stupid people like Tinubu them, and then try to they will brainwash you. So before you know what's going on, you will think Tinubu is up there, and then people like Wike, they are up there. People like because that's power they have at that particular time. So it will just before you understand what is going on, you will lose it. You won't know what you're talking about. You will lose yourself because of the little thing that they will give to you. It might not be little to you, but that's instantly, uh, you know, exactly gratification that you will get. You will sell your future, and then unfortunately these people are most of them are old elderly people. They are old already, so they are using that cultural thing that you need to respect your elder, and then they will use that to get into our mind, the people's mind, the young generation's mind. As when they get hold of that, there's nobody can. In fact,
there's always that
unless
to pull you back. So the first they will play the card of cultural stuff like don't you have elders at all? Then they will now play the card of religion. Like, do you want to grow old? God said you should honor and respect elders. So once they pull all of this, some of us know they hold us again, but there are people that these things actually hold them back. Some will tell you, if not because of my own training, I know what to say to you, but I'll just leave it. But there are so many of us that those things don't hold back anymore. Hold that.
Yeah, let me think.
Man.
Hold on. Before you go, Tinubu knows what he's doing. You want to impoverish people. The less you are learned, when we have few people in school, that means the next coming generation they will be more dormant, and then you can imagine a dormant and being stupid. They will be, So my if you want to spell old up, is OL DAB. The last alphabet
is that BAB
or DAB. O for Oliver, L for Lima, D for Delta, A for Alpha, B for Bravo. All that. You get it now?
Dab. I get it now.
Yes. All that.
That's pretty much. I love
so
that.
Now,
okay, tactually spelling that out. Okay.
Okay, Maiyegun, thank you for your time.
God bless you, man. I appreciate that. Okay.
We'll talk again tomorrow. Yes, I'm actually at work at the moment. I'm at work. That's why I've not been able to articulate myself properly.
Okay. Let's just keep watching.
Okay.
Nice.
All right,
yes, sir. So I have another caller on the line. Okay. Now we remember that. That's a brother there. Hold up. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Yes,
this is the African Wahala. Good afternoon, my brother.
That is Prince Adewale, the African Wahala. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. What about you?
Well, very well too. Kind of like getting there,
Yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, let me take this quick 30 seconds to encourage everybody to click on the like button. It's very important. Please share the video, drop a super chat, support the channel. Let's get this movement growing.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So,
Somebody
about that
just,
cultural thing.
Yeah, somebody just went there just like you are saying that, and they just got me 5 cups of coffee. That's class. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to the contributor. More people should contribute, please. It's nothing. Just $1, $10, $100, anything. I wanted to quickly talk about this cultural thing because I am one of the people that is highly affected by it. Though it has reduced a lot since I've been on the Temple of Truth, I'll be honest. Where I tend to hold my tongue when talking to older people. And it's good. It's good to respect people. It's good to respect older people. But at the same time, I know for sure that I was indoctrinated in a household where I couldn't talk back to my elders. And that's why in recent times that I've become more, let me say, radical. I've had uncles and aunties and, parents come talk to me, try to challenge my political ideas. To some of them, well, to most of them, I just hold my tongue because they're family members. If it was an outsider, I'll probably still hold my tongue unless I feel it's necessary to curse them.
Yeah, especially those that insult our intelligence. Okay, let's take for instance now. I am talking about something that is, policy-wise that affects people generally. Okay, and then somebody leaves all of that and kind of come for me like, I've been watching you. It's like you don't have respect for elders. I'm like, I'm talking about something here. You are bringing elders this or that there. That too. You get it. That's like insulting your intelligence. I don't know yours. African Wahala.
That's it. That's it. It's an insult to our intelligence.
I know they look your age. If you misbehave, your side stay here because I do say that. What will push you?
And you know what?
What?
Now because I've not seen non-family members that will challenge me. It's family members that always challenge me. So maybe that's why I haven't gone full savage on them yet. But it's all good. I'm still an Omodloabi, someone that was raised right to respect people. But all of that being said, I have absolutely no respect for these people, including their kings, their politicians, their pastors, their imams. And I encourage everybody to do the same. Stop having respect for them. Guess what, Maiyegun? That senator that you showed earlier, that so-called senator, because that's not a senator, that guy that identifies as a senator, that looked drunk. Yeah, the senator, that Seun Okinbaloye was interviewing and grilling. I bet you that even within our Temple of Truth, if we can read the mind of the people, I bet you that half of the people in the Temple of Truth will still have some sort of sympathy. They'll still give that guy the benefit of doubt.
No doubt. And they will give you reasons why. Because they will let you know that what do you want him to say? Is he the only one? There are other people who collected it. Why is Seun not asking other people the same question? He should go and ask the entire 470 of them.
They would even bring that same age thing that we're talking about. That same age thing. They'll say, "Oh, why are you asking? Don't you know he's your elder? Do you want to grow old?" They'll say it. So the reason I'm bringing that up is that we in the Temple of Truth that have received a lot of training, let me call it training.
You can say self-awakening. Don't call it training.
Yes.
A lot of us,
yes, self-awakening.
You know what we did on this platform, to those who have been reformed, including myself, right, is to teach ourselves how to unlearn majority of what we were indoctrinated with. It's a tough one. There are those who have tried midway, they couldn't do it. They just have to continue to believe in their lies. So that's what we call it. All of us who have been become very much like conscious through this platform, as reformed and as informed as we are. So go ahead, not training.
Even amongst those of us that are informed and we've unlearned a lot, I won't be surprised that at least 50% of us will still give that guy the benefit of doubt. So this is one of the main problems that we have. If people in the Temple of Truth, if half of them will give that guy the benefit of the doubt, then what about an average Nigerian?
Who have no access
they will worship him. So I know this sounds pessimistic, but it almost looks like we're not going anywhere. But eventually, something inevitable that will happen, whether anybody likes it or not, is that the people will rise up sporadically. It's not going to be controlled. And the reason why it's guaranteed that they will have to rise up is that, number one, it's also guaranteed that Nigeria will continue to be this way. It's guaranteed. Forget about prayers. In fact, I'm going to pray that Nigeria will continue to be this way. Amen. Second reason why it's guaranteed.
Because these guys are already doing the job for you without stress.
Exactly. I had to put in that quick prayer because that will trigger some people. You know, people get very emotional and stuff. So I like that. Number two, the reason why it's guaranteed that there will be a sporadic destruction, fallout, complete confusion at some point is that when people are hungry and they have nothing else, no other means to survive, they will have to find a means to survive. And one of their reactions, one of the primordial reactions of human beings is to go haywire when they have nothing else. So at some point, for me personally, I feel like I'm one of those waiting for that point.
For that implosion.
Because, yeah, for that complete scattering. Because I don't know what else can be done. Obviously, our powers have been taken away, and it seems like we've given up on trying to get it back. The Kenyans have proved it that people can still go out there to protest, but Nigerians can't protest anymore because they've been beaten to submission. They've been completely cool. So we'll see what happens. Don't let me take too much time, my brother. Just wanted to chip in, contribute, be a part of the show. I appreciate your good works. Smash the like button, people. Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
God bless you, the African Wahala, right? As usual. It is, bullseye. Boom. It's drop it like it's hot too. So listen, if you're still watching this, right, that means you are still enjoying this. It will only take you just about maybe 5-10 seconds, the most, just to go back there and then just like the broadcast. Thank you. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, my Baba.
Hello, sir.
Brother, I'm just short. I was like, big care, I'm children. I said, and then before after. I hope she's getting better now,
Yeah, she's getting there. I think I'm going to resume. I have to show from tomorrow. So give it a
thank God.
She's already out there building. She's out there now. She was out there, not like by herself, okay? She was building the trampoline for Akinola. You know, Akin is going to turn.
For summer.
In the next 4 days.
I'm doing well. Move your boy here. Tomorrow night ain't gonna be 11. I'm joking, before you know what's gonna happen. I don't have a doubt, but so long I won't work before. But me, I will always repeat same thing. I always talk, see, Nigeria and a time bomb. You know those knockouts, where would they shoot? You know, so now I think they always make examples. What is Joe David to my blue? You don't about Joe David, Nigeria my blue. There is no doubt about it. You see all those ones.
People are protesting for.
See, Baba, see.
It's what Nigerians are. They are complaining.
Yeah, you see.
They are adjusting.
Yeah. See. You see that Kenya one, Only that one, suppose make we dey carry hand, they cover our eyes like this. They will be Nigeria. Will be giants of Africa.
People are dying. People are dying of hunger. People are dying of poverty.
How many they tell? You don't need to tell.
But we are busy fighting a tribal war, ethnic war, this war, that one, online, offline, and the criminals, they are smiling to the banks every day.
My junior sister, my middle sister, way Princess Meet. That time we then they go Bube. Boilaro. Remember this stuff. Today, since last week Thursday, she just come on holiday. It's like forcing her coming. So I was a bit busy with her, you know what I mean? And you won't believe it. Within 2 days, that I'll just have a little chance to spend with her. That Thursday, Friday, the numbers of people calling her from Nigeria,
Somebody who is visiting.
Because during this period, before the layer period, that's when she came in. I want to my phone rice, 5 kg, 10 kg, Ururu, feeling 5,000, feeling our phone, room phone, and meteta. So at move one bed, call Nigeria. Okay, Maori, my pay me, send him travel. He started calling his manager in his fuel station. Omalo friend buying 10,000. He bring out the list. Only but then on my mark me. That one will show you the kind of hunger within it. Person will just come holiday, say, okay, can tell cocoa can tell see me. That's just what she share for it. That bonnet, like can tell us senior, say, maybe come. Baba, now the kind of poverty within Nigeria. So now, that one will happen for Kenya. Me and every Nigerian so they hear me, we supposed to dey take hand dey cover eyes. Kàmá fọ́ bojú wípé ojú ń tì wá. Nítorí nǹkan tó máa ń pe bàbá, nǹkan tó máa ń peru situation tá a wà yìí ni àdàgbàjẹ́rà òfin nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kenya, kí nǹkan kékeré ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀ yẹn ní Kenya. Bàbá say some of them enter street now.
To evening, no.
Baba, between me and you, Baba, between me and you, I still dey repeat am. People wey these politicians and their supporters, wey put over 200 million people in poverty. Baba, they are not up to 5 million. They are not up to 5 million. The second thing I will say about South Africa, as far back as 2010, 2011, 2012, I usually go to South Africa on holiday. Believe me. I go as far as, what they call it, Soweto. Because I get some of my area boys.
Soweto, Africa.
Yeah, Soweto. From, as in, then go drive me from Joburg, drive me go Soweto. Because now they like to go those their ghetto area. Baba, light dey for Soweto.
Even when you go see
Soweto, that they are
Shanti, they take
Baba, Shanti
build
na Shanti dey there. Baba, na Shanti dey there. Abule ni. Shanti is what? But 24 hours light day. The fourth day, I enter South Africa in 2010. Yeah, 2010. Is it August? Around August. One of my boys will pick me for airport. I still dey ask the boy, Akpata, na him be me. Say, Omo, see South Africa lele. Because, make I no lie for you, I don't go Germany, go Sweden, before I go South Africa on holiday, on business trip. I can't dey look and say, so no be African country. Why did they call this place South Africa? The tap water that boy gave to me, initially I don't want to take it. I left it on the table like this. When he said, let's go and do shopping in the shop now. When we get to the shop, I said, let me pay for what they call it, bottled water. And I say, Egbo, because then don't move bottled water and be bad, you know. Tap me. He told me categorically that as at then, South Africa was the 6th country that have the best tap water in the whole world. Baba, I go do my research, check out my truth. As out of my age then, I was born and brought up in the Ikeja area. stroke agege stroke cement, we no get better tap water.
So you can easily tell you coming from Nigeria, the moment you enter, Baba, my cousin said, Kamal. Kamal
See, that is, see, you know why they refer to this thing?
Say South Africa, South Africa. What happened?
I said,
nothing with the UK, we know the South Africa. Nothing.
Maiyegun, there are areas in Pretoria, they are clean, 100% clean. The streets are clean, 100% than some area in the UK. I'm telling you.
Send me the pictures there, Baba. If you come South Africa, right, and you have been to England, you could just wonder, like, man, despite the fact that this ANC has mismanaged South Africa for the past 40 years, so 30 years, so right? Or even the leftover, you go still see them and be like, wow. About one ship plane in South Africa, they are building weapons, fighter jets. South Africa, they manufacture those things.
Let's go to their automobile.
Yeah, and cars.
Those my boys, then they buy cars, they sell. If you see clean cars, I'm talking. I think of 2010, 2011, 2012. Now 2012, I go to South Africa last. I won't lie to you. And there is no automobile company. Talk of Toyota, talk of BM, talk of Mercedes that you won't find in South Africa. As a them.
And we are not talking about them just selling cars. So they are building their cars in South Africa for other African markets.
Let me bubble your boss. There is this area around, I think it's around Joburg. Those my boys took me to. We just go, like, we just come out. They took me there to see the old strain that we are celebrating now in Nigeria. They are not using it anymore. Anybody that lives in South Africa can confirm this thing. Those boys took me there. I went to go and take pictures. Old train, Baba. On Phyllis Orire, no more. As a den, so I want old train. All this old train that our Lagos State government was celebrating that. Well, Baba, let me leave you, Jerry. Thank you very much. My regards to Agbeke and my children. Good night. Thank you.
So I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening from here. Maiyegun, for me, I don't have much to say because what is happening in Kenya now, I think is a similar thing that happened in NSAS. But the call we have now planned all those things they did in 2020 to the youths of Nigeria. Nigerians, we can see how army and police works. They are together with these people. But in our own security, they are against the people. At the end of the day, they will go home with empty stomach. So I hope they will see this video and see how things works, because those children are from their homes. Those children are not animals, are from senator's home, president's home, army home, police home, mention them. So those kids, they are going to, those men that are in police now or maybe in security now, they are going to be old tomorrow, and their children will take care of them. When their children are not well treated now, and the country is not good, they will be begging. You see the old men and old policemen and old army carrying placard in Nigeria asking for their pension. You see, so this is what these guys are fighting for. So I hope the army, I keep on saying it, these guys, these security people that always go to their duty posts every day with gun, go home empty stomach, get home and you see their children crying for school fees. I'm blaming them because I cannot take it. I cannot be going there because they see everything. They see the side chicks, how they buy cars for side chicks. They see how they pay school fees. Okay, look at this one Shehu was interviewing. Look at his face. He wanted to shout at Shehu. He now remembered that he's in live television. You know, look at his face. He was like, from that time, all his vein everywhere, all his bodies, he cannot do anything again. He was just behaving like a little child. He can't answer questions anymore because there's no justification to justify. Shehu hit that thing very well. Can you buy this? Can you take out your money and pay a guy of 160 million? Why? How can you do it? Okay, if you can do it, you can also go.
If I'm working now, for example, let's say I'm working for MTN, okay?
Yeah.
And then MTN says they will be paying me 1 million naira every month.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I'm like, hey, what about my drivers? What about my cook? What about the furniture in my house? I also need to grab medical care and the rest of that. Alaye, remove it from your salary or do it yourself. No be so.
If those things are not included in the contract, then you do it yourself. Yes, they do it themselves. But this one, they will give them a newspaper allowance, wardrobe allowance, maintenance allowance, everything. They're picking every allowance, and they're not picking it in little percentage. They're taking almost half, like 100%, 50%. It doesn't make sense. This is wickedness. Okay, but politicians, their time are coming, because I was talking to somebody today in Nigeria. The person now told me that the way things are now, that he's not thinking that Nigeria will last till the next 1 year, because people are going to revolt, because people are not eating anymore. And this person these people I'm telling you now, this person I'm telling you now, that's nothing like average anymore in Nigeria. He can feed himself, but for him to be complaining, that means the lesser ones are in trouble. They are not eating anymore. But then I want to say something here, because there's something that's been disturbing me so much. You know, whenever we are calling religious leaders, whenever we're shouting about politicians, we don't need to remove these people, because when we accuse the advisors or people surrounding the politicians, also we also look at the people surrounding all these religious leaders, like Adeboye now. I think his people should go and check on that man. They should go and check on that man mentally, because I believe that man is having dementia. They should not allow him to be talking anymore, because I saw one miracle, what he said last two days ago. He said that their friend had cancer, then they removed her breast, and one of the friends now visited her. Then now remember that after crying, she now took out a handkerchief, blessed handkerchief, and then put it there where they removed the breast. Another breast grew from that place. Look at this. Is what my experience. My auntie had breast cancer. I was with this woman throughout. They removed the breast. I know what it takes to remove the breast. I know how many tests, how many diagnosing this thing that woman went to before they satisfied to remove that breast. And somebody is telling me that they put handkerchief there and breast regrew again. They should go and check. His advisors, people surrounding him, should go and check that man if he is correct, because for last past 6 months, that man has been talking jargons and people are shouting hallelujah. And when you went to that, when you went under the comment section, you will see a lot of people telling you, well, like, do you think God cannot do that thing? Do you think God cannot do this? Who do you think God is? Who do you think? You see, so I believe a lot of people going to that church, because me, I don't go to church anymore. A lot of people going to that church are here listening, because in this our temple of truth, a lot of people from comment section, we see that a lot of people have not learned anything since 2012. Since how many years ago you started learning? Let me give you one confession. The first time I saw your page, That time it was in a kitchen or something like that. Then I now listen to you. The way you are talking, you were hitting people. I said to myself, who is this person again now? You always insult people. Then, but I did not go away from there. I keep on listening. You changed my mentality, the way I see things. So since people are here now, they cannot change that mentality, because whenever you throw something about tribalism, you see people fighting on comment section. Once you throw something, people will be praising that thing. They are not stable. People are not stable here. For the past 8 years, anybody that failed elementary 1 must go and look for something to do. Education is not for that person. So since somebody has been here for 10 years, has not learned anything, has not gotten a thick skin to resist the lies and propaganda and abarakata of these Nigerian politicians or African politicians in general, that person will go and take his brain. That's what I'm telling you. But based on the Adeboye, that's why I called in Adeboye. These people should go and check on that man. Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
Bless you. But listen to me what I'm going to say next, okay? But let me take this call. I'm going to tell the caller to hang in there for me. Dear member of the temple, how many of you remember that this time last year, especially on YouTube, we were just about 60,000 or 65,000? And now we are over 95,000. That means some of them joined us last 1 year. Well, I can put it this way, that the last 2 years, put it that way, last 2 years, we have seen over 30,000 new subscribers to this platform, right? And I don't think all of them have been following us for the past. So I understand if you are concerned, okay, but your concern is kind of legit as well. But the reason why I have to use that figure there is to kind of relax majority of you might be so disappointed at how some people react to what we are saying here. Okay? So don't take it to heart too much. Don't think this is not working. It is. In fact, it is attracting more and more people to organically join us. And some of them are still going to be looking at us like maybe we're just like every other platform. All noise, talk. So many of you who are today permanent, the permanent Templar here. Some of you, it took you more than just one video you watch. It took you more than a year too to see if this guy is going to change or not. I'm still watching this guy. Those of you from the point of watching me, you became a disciple. Somebody that later believed that, wow, sure you get. So give it time. But when we see those who have been veterans here, and they are still displaying that level of tribalism, ethnicism, bigotry, religious this or that, it breaks out. I understand that one. Okay. At the same time, I kind of believe that I have made myself very clear. I appreciate those of you who have been with me for 10 years, older guys who have seen it all. And I'm happy that a lot of you have managed to some extent, right? Help yourselves to blend yourself into the reality of today, which is great. Some are still fighting it. There's a difference between saying, I believe in what you're saying, than actually acting it. But it is, I've told you this as well, it is a thankless job. That's why I appreciate everyone who comes around and says, Maiyegun, well done, Maiyegun, thank you. What I am doing is thankless. People are going to blame me for the problems in their lives. Yeah, they will blame me. They will ask me to be arrested and say a lot of things. They will say them to you too. But for those who have been here for so long, who have seen Maiyegun like many times, for them to now turn around and still be so bigoted, that one breaks my own heart personally. But I have told myself that some of you are not my main targets. I'm actually targeting the younger generation. The younger one that would have to go beyond this tribal, religious, all those nonsense sentiments. So I'm targeting younger generation, okay, I want them to know that we have failed them. Those before me and myself, so to some extent, we have failed them, but some of us are not giving up. So as even if we can't really help them, at the end of the day, we can actually build a pathway for them to walk. So that's all of you are sitting here with me. I hope you will become better version of yourselves and think just beyond yourselves. Okay? So when you see people in the comment section defending their oppressors or even abusing me, right? Sometimes I would say, don't take it to heart. We have been the ones who, this is like a place where we are healing mad people, right? And we know Nigeria is a place where the lunatics have taken over the asylum, right? So when you see those people who need help and they begin to defend the oppressors or begin to misyan in the comment section, don't take it to heart. Don't think we are not doing well. We are not winning. We are winning. Yeah? So when you see them in the comment section, just know that it remains one madman to kill with that. And if you see two of them, then you say it remain two mad people to kill with that. Don't let it get to you. Sorry for keeping you waiting there. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
I have kept you there forever. The Prince.
No shaking, Baba. No shaking, Baba.
Prince Jejeman representing.
This Prince IPOB for life, Baba.
That's it. That's him. How are you today, Baba?
I salute you. My two hands there up. Baba, what you are doing, some people don't understand what you are doing, Baba. You see, when the gas is leaking, shey they hear me, Baba?
Loud and clear.
Hello? I say when the gas is leaking and it's leaking in the house, for a long time that gas will be leaking. Nobody will understand that something is happening.
The explosion is about to start.
What it takes for explosion to happen in that gas that is leaking for long, it just only one single matches.
One spark.
Okay? That one spark, that is the work that you are doing. Those will not understand. I ain't anyhow. You understand?
So you need a lot of patience. You need a lot of patience and thick skins.
Exactly.
That's why the only people that get me angry are those who insult my viewers. If anybody comes here and starts insulting people here now, say get rid of them. Abusing me doesn't even get me mad. Like somebody coming here and then, well, it is a process. We need to build this mind for what is coming.
I'm telling you, Baba, I want to tell you something. You see what you are doing. At a point, Nnamdi Kanu said that he needs only 100 men. Do you understand?
Right.
Only 100 men, and he will march. You see, to make a movement. To succeed in the movement, it doesn't need until million people come at once. You understand? It may just take only 1,000 or just 500,000. Once the people that are determined, if they are there and they are not moving anywhere, army they shoot gun up or police they shoot down, they are there. You understand me?
That's right.
More if people at the front fall down, people behind will see the going.
Like something, Prince Jejeman, we should also stop the idea of trying to say, oh, people should go out and protest because they are hungry. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And we want a population whereby if they want to go out there and ask for something, they are not going to be asking for food. They will be asking for the heads of these criminals. That's the kind of citizens you need. Not the citizens that will be asking for food. Give us food, we are hungry. That's not the kind of people I actually want to have on my platform.
No, at all. Anybody that is going out to ask for food,
give us food.
Are those kind of people when they see tear gas, they'll just enter house. They are not rich. Those that know that these people are vampires, they are drinking their blood on daily basis. Saying that they are giving them governance or good life. Those people that know the devastation, the terrorism of these politicians, those that understand, the people that you are talking to, you have your audience. It's not everybody. You understand? When those kind of audience come out. You know, Baba, everywhere you go see both rat or both
everybody
cockroach,
go comply. I tell you,
everybody go join. You understand? Now so it be. So make everybody no give or no lose hope. Say because our state is there like this. You understand? Even inside army of Nigeria today is divided. Police are divided. All the formation. You understand? But because of their command and control, everybody just they look. But Baba, I tell you, Nigeria cannot survive this kind of economic terrorism. It's not possible.
We'll see how they pull it off.
Baba, my main reason of calling is about this week. I know he watches your program because you always showcase him. So it's because of you now. He was telling Nigerians that people are taking picture with him. You understand?
That we are all rushing in at the airport. Everybody want to take picture with him.
It's because of him I'm calling. Okay, I want to remind him that IPOB have not forgotten the Obigbo massacre, the killing that of the murderers army or terrorist army that he brought to kill. People have not forgotten. Okay, so I want him to go to the mirror, remove his cloth. If he remove his cloth, look himself inside mirror now. What he will resemble is baboon. You understand? That's not a human being. He's baboon. That's what he remains. If he remove his cloth, in sincerity, you are not trying to mock him. You understand? Baboon. That's what he remains. He resemble. Because if you show his picture where he's not talking, he's not shouting, he's baboon. If you visualize him very well, I want to remind him that they cannot told him, if you serve the zoo, you will come back in shame. You see, his head have been pulled down in River State. Even in the federal, he hates APC with passion. You know, he just hiding there, just like how Fulani hide inside Hausa, Hausa Fulani until they conquer the Hausas. Then they are not hide inside one Nigeria now. You know, and they are telling you this you are in Niger Delta until you fight war. You know, and they win before you will take control. As far as he's in Nigeria, he's Zamfara people we benefit from it. Their gold will remain for them. But as far as they are in Nigeria, I getting me? That's what they are telling everybody. Okay, the only cover of them is one Nigeria. When one Nigeria is removed completely, you will see their vulnerability. All these things that they are in the forest hiding inside army with repentant Boko Haram and repentant herdsmen terrorists. Everything will expose. Everything will be exposed by Maiyegun. I'm telling you. Do you understand? So until Nigerians know that they don't have country, and they everybody will begin to rise up for their own freedom, for their own nation. Hausa, Arewa, your freedom has come. This is the right time for you to go. Oduduwa, Yoruba, your time has come. This is the right time for you to go. Biafrans have already left Tete. You understand? They are just delaying us. Okay? So finally, Kolu, I saw him in South Africa. You know, one thing, Maiyegun, in your street where you live, where you used to be in Nigeria, you know that if there's somebody who is a thief in that street and everybody knows he's a thief, is the worst shame you can ever have. If you're a thief and they know that in your locality, do you understand me? Then if that is to compare when somebody is a known drug lord all over the world. You see, people will be avoiding you anywhere where you go.
I feel sorry for a lot of them who think that by us denying or pretending, maybe that will now make Thiefnubu look good. The world knows Thiefnubu. There's no amount of packaging that will change that.
No amount, Maiyegun. No amount. They can only they cannot change the spot. Anywhere they go, they will be smelling like this rats where they get long mouth.
What's they cost them whether they cover nose around Thiefnubu? I have said this now, right? And I want all of you to begin to pay attention if you haven't already. pay attention. You will see that somehow, people around him will just kind of either they are squeezing their nose like, or they are practically going to be like, pay attention. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's the
Pampas way down under. Na Pampas way down under.
I don't.
You understand? That's why even the president of South Africa, they avoid something.
See, there are some aftershaves that can keep out all that smell. Well, I'm saying this to all of you watching me right now, and I'm not mocking him. I'm saying,
recommend that to them.
Yeah, pay attention to those around him. When he comes out of a car or is about to walk and greet people, you will see 1, 2, or 3 people that will be in the crowd. I'll be like, but somebody said no. Now Maiyegun eating still. You know, sometimes the aftershave is so strong that if you smell some aftershave, right, it will choke you. And you have to be like, I say, yeah, it's the same with the shit too. There are some shit that are so strong. If you smell them, you go choke. Prince JJ Man, I'll let you go. Okay. Thank you so much. For joining us this evening. Take it easy. Right? And finally, I'm taking the final one now. And please, is a reminder, okay? If you really want to, if you still want to buy me coffee, the link is there in the comments on Facebook, on YouTube. Use it, okay? And if you haven't really subscribed to this channel, you should. At least you don't do all this while when you see and pass. Isn't it time for me? Isn't it time for you now to actually stay? I'm just asking. So please, and here is my final caller tonight. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Oh, the charm.
How are you?
Lady Charm, how are you this evening?
I'm fine, thank you. I was just, let me just try. Because I listened to the whole, your talk and everything. I was just thinking to myself, watching it today was rather depressing. Listening to all those so-called senators and inarticulate plus illiterate. And I'm like, how is it that we got these people to represent Nigeria? It's embarrassing.
Rhetorical question. How did we get here?
How did we get
here? Don't answer it. I know it. I'm just asking. I know how we got here. You know that rhetorical question of the day.
Yeah, you know, and I was listening to some of the other callers, African Wahala, and a couple of other people. And for the past couple of days, I've just been thinking about, you know, how we present. With the current leaders that we have, you know, we'll never be in a position of strength. We will never be in a position, we'll always be in a position of weakness. We'll always be at a disadvantage because, you know, our leaders have kept us, or rather our ruiners have kept us in such a way, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that we will never be able to come to the table from a position of strength. And they know that, and I think that that's part of the reason why they have enabled somebody like Tinubu to become president, right? Because left alone to Nigerians, I don't think, you know, a lot of people did vote Obi.
They didn't vote for him. We need to keep reminding people, because you know the impression they are giving now is that, oh, those who don't like me are those who lost election. Like, nobody lost election to this role.
Nobody, exactly. This man, you know, was selected, you know, and
so don't let us start accepting as if to say, oh, there was an election. Like somebody said, Obi came third. Are you crazy? Like, is that what we're going to be saying now? Right?
You know,
is that not what
you know what they say, right?
Right.
You know what they say, you repeat a lie. You repeat a lie.
So keep repeating it like that. Oh, he came third. I think second. Thiefnubu first. Like, is that not what Yakubu said? Is that not what everybody knows is a lie? Why should anybody
but for them, right? But for them, you know, it's like, you know, they keep on repeating the lie so that, you know, it becomes the truth to them, you know, and everything. Because it will never be a truth to us. But I'm not talking about, I'm just saying that we will always come from a position of weakness, because it almost seems as if we have nothing to bring to the table. The economy is ruined, right? The people are, you know, about to face, you know, hunger that they've never seen before, because there's a lot of things going on in Nigeria. I was speaking to my sister the other day, and she was talking to me about droughts. She was telling me that, oh, there's the tomatoes that are being produced have some kind of you know, defect or whatever from Spain, and you know that there are so many things going on. So it's like a perfect storm that is about to, you know, happen in that country, right? You have the drought, you have the people who are already hungry, right? You have people, and there's no light at the end of this tunnel, and people are still talking about waiting. And I will keep on saying it on this platform. if you're waiting for 2027, if nothing is going to change, this man would have perfected the art of, of keeping himself in power or perpetuating himself in power. And so also anyone coming after him, because APC is not about to leave that place. It is either we fight to remove them. That is, a strong fight to remove. Like when I don't know if you know anyone that has, cancer or has had cancer and has had to face the treatment for cancer.
That survived it. In fact, I have about 2 of them that survived, and I have one that died of the breast cancer.
But I think the point I'm trying to make is that, you can see how aggressive it is. That when you want to battle something like cancer, you don't, you're not going to be like a daisical or laissez-faire about it. You have to aggressively go after
depends on it.
Because your life depends on it. At this point, I'm not even sure that Nigerians or, the people from that region understand what is facing us down the road. Do you understand? We will never be able to come from a position of strength, in spite of everything that country has been gifted, but naturally, we will never come at a position of strength. We will never be able to, hold our head high anywhere to say, okay, this is what, give us this because this is what we have and this is what we're able to do. We will never be able to do that because of the likes of Tinubu being in government. Now is the time, not like you said it yesterday, not today, not even tomorrow. Yesterday was the time that we had to get rid of these people. Right? We just look at the senators when they were talking about their salaries. That idiot was trying to justify his salary, was trying to justify the criminality they call the salary that they pay these people, plus all the add-ons that make no sense. Trying to justify it. You people are not solving world hunger. You people are not solving any kind of medical. You're not making any medical breakthroughs. You're not doing anything. You're not solving climate change. You're doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. You are, borderline illiterate. Do you understand? And you want to justify being paid.
Do you think that the whole world has moved on from Nigeria? So to say, they are just tolerating Nigeria now. That's why when Thiefnubu goes anywhere, it's just to fill the quota invite or something. Nobody really take Nigeria serious anymore. Putting Nigeria at the back row of a photo world leaders taking pictures. So the word
what's the point
of, you will say?
Of course. What's the point of taking it? That's the position of weakness that we're coming from, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And let me tell you something. I really don't. I'll be honest with you. I really don't care about the rest of the world. I care about the people in that region, right? I care about us being able to live up to our potential, for goodness sake. Where the person who is born, even if the parents died on the day the person was born, that person still has a chance. Right, at a good future, not relying on anybody, because that you have people, who are in leadership that will ensure that because you are disadvantaged, you do not remain disadvantaged. We don't have that, and I think it's good even the way the world is treating Nigeria, because we don't have a leadership, we don't have a government. If they were recognizing people like Tinubu, it's not even a shame. That they would actually, is enough for all of us in diaspora. And I feel that there should be a movement of people in the diaspora, especially going to places like United Nations, especially going to places like the IMF. Do you understand? Because the way we are, they give all this huge amount to these people, and we just keep silent. When you and I know that
Kenyans, Kenyans are not waiting for those in the diaspora. They're not waiting. They're not even calling UN, calling IMF or World Bank. They were actually calling the main guy that should be representing their interests, but the interest of these guys that he has to go. Is that not what we saw there?
I 100% understand what you're saying. Yes, they're not waiting for Kenyans in diaspora to do anything, to make any moves on their behalf, right? But it could be a two-pronged attack where the people in Nigeria, and I know like a couple of callers have called and said that, Nigerians have sold themselves. Maybe that is the case. Maybe that is the case. And if that is the case, that, Nigerians are too weak, they're too, what they call it, programmed into slavery, that they don't even know what their strength is, know what their capacity and their capabilities. I mean, there are lots of videos that you keep showing us about people who, they're praying for Tinubu, God will punish you and everything. You can punish him. Stop waiting for.
To learn how to do it. God is not going to do it now.
So for me, I look at it like a two-pronged attack. That if the people at home can wake up and fight for themselves. But even if they don't want to, the people in the diaspora can go. I'm talking about, you don't have to, you can mask yourself or whatever, because I know that everybody wants to still put food on their table at the end. I cannot begrudge anyone, because at the end of the day, when you think, okay, on whose matter do I want to come and die? Is it this stupid country? This country that didn't pay me before, it does not pay me now, and there's no likelihood that it's going to pay me in the future anyway. So I can completely understand that. But it's to hold their feet to the fire, know that we're not exactly ignorant of what they are doing. How do you give an illegitimate government, and somebody who has no capacity, no capability, no aspirations to even do anything for that country? You keep on giving the person loans. It's like me pouring my wealth down the drain, for goodness sake, which leads us to understand that there's something else going on in the background. And I think I think it was Osita, because when Osita said it, kind of like clicked in my head, because I've always said this looks like money laundering and fraud. Do you understand? I don't understand giving these people money. They're not doing anything with it. Either they're giving that money because they know that our criminals our politicians are criminals and corrupt. So all that money is not for any kind of infrastructure building or any kind of people development or whatever. It's just to grease enough palms to ensure that the things that they want to happen here in this country will happen. Exactly, to keep us safe. Exactly, and it's so infuriating. Even when you talked about Ramaphosa, and how he has this, not Ramaphosa alone, but the collective after Mandela, Mbeki, Zuma, and currently Ramaphosa, they have collectively, diminished the South African economy.
Mismanaged. What could have been an opportunity for the blacks to match up and meet up at the whites, which has been so much a disparity that's so obvious, but they couldn't close the gap in 30 years.
They couldn't close the gap and break that stereotype that the black man is unable to think for himself, unable to achieve for himself, because we know that is a stereotype and it is wrong. Because if you only look around you and see the Nigerians who are doing exceedingly well, you know that is not the truth, okay? But because we have successive governments who then lend truth to those stereotypes that we cannot manage ourselves, I see trouble down the line. There's something coming down the line if we do not wrestle this region out of the hands of these criminals, And like I will continue to say, and I will just end it here, that the time to do this thing is not tomorrow, it's not next tomorrow, it's not next week. It is now. You need to get rid of this man and get rid of him and get rid of the current political class and everything that makes up the cancer that is, that it has beholden the country. We're able to do it. We are able to do it. Just wake up. Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you, Charm. As usual. So that's a brilliant one there from our lady, Charm. And on that note, we are going to draw the curtains tonight. To everybody who has tried to call in but unable to, don't worry. Tomorrow is another day. What you want to say tonight that you couldn't, you could probably say that to me tomorrow. You will have a chance to say that to all of us tomorrow. And we probably will have a chance, if time permits, to continue our reading. It's been a while. And I'm glad that we could kick them off from tomorrow again. Okay? So, to everybody, Yomito too, my man, and everyone else, thank you so much. This is me trying to remind us again, everyone who is watching, there will be the Yoruba Union Summit in Glasgow in 2 months' time. And that's going to be from the 23rd to the 25th of August. And it's about, meeting to kind of discuss and then make some few plans, okay? Whereby as a group, as a people, right, we could actually begin to implement everything we've said, because we believe so many of them are indeed doable. So you can be part of that as a Yoruba man or a friend of the Yorubas. You can also see to come around if you want to. But the membership of the Yoruba Union is strictly by, it is strictly for the Yorubas, okay? So if you have any Yoruba connection, if you are connected to the Yoruba by blood, by birth, by marriage, so the few ways you can get connected to the Yoruba, okay? You either born as a full Yoruba, or you are, you have connection by marriage to being a Yoruba. So you can join us. So from August, right, we will be taking up registration for all the qualified members all over the world. So then you can also join us physically. If you're living in the UK, you probably won't need much time to get your ticket. Get the ticket and join us on the 23rd. I'll do more of this. Mostly, I think it's going to be when we get to July. I'm going to be disturbing you a lot. Okay, so we still have about 100 tickets to go. And you don't want to miss that, do you? Yoruba Union Summit. A quick reminder.
Kò lè bàjẹ́ o, kò lè bàjẹ́ o, àṣà àti ìṣe Yorùbá o, kò lè bàjẹ́ o. Jẹ́rọ̀ o, lónílé lálejò ẹ mọ́ gbọ́, ìgbìmọ̀ májò bàjẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àpapọ̀ àgbáyé ló rán mi sí yín o, wọ́n ní ìpéjọpọ̀ pàtàkì tí ó wáyé ní ọjọ́ kẹtàlélógún títí di ọjọ́ karùndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹjọ 23 to 25 of August ní ọdún 2024 tàwa yìí náà ní lẹ́gọ̀ọ́ kọ̀ọ̀sán èyí tí ó wáyé ní ìlú Gaslight ní orílẹ̀-èdè Scotland United Kingdom fún àṣà àti ìṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yìí náà ni olè tí wá lè ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì yìí ebó lẹ̀ ń wò lójú amóhùnmáwòrán. ẹ jẹ́ jọ gbọ́sà Yorùbá lárugẹ.
So thank you to every one of you again. And, remember, okay, if you haven't really liked this broadcast or share it or so, do that before you go. And good night to all of us.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.